This is a paid program. JJ Publicidad, EMR, and its owners and associates take no responsibility for the opinions or statements made by the talk show host or their guest.
Hello everyone! Good afternoon! This is Reyes of Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika, right here at Entre Mujeres Radio live. And happy Father's Day to all of you. Magandang umaga, Pilipinas, and to all our viewers worldwide. And today is very special because it's Father's Day special episode, and I happen to have my beautiful daughter with me, Hannah, joining me as my co-host, instant co-host today. Dahil ang ating mga guests ay nasa malalayong lugar. Para meron nung kausap dito sa studio, I brought my beautiful daughter, Hannah. And today, our special guests are coming all the way from Guam and in PItsburg. And we know father and child relationship and cooperation is the key to many successes in life. In the Bible, we remember Abraham and Isaac. And in American sports history, we know the successes of Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, Venus, and Serena Williams. And one thing in common is the involvement of their dads in their life. Today, as a PILAM, we are making history because today we have Dr. Ramel A. Carlos and his son, Noel Bien T. or Tan Carlos, all the way from PItsburg, and Ramel all the way from Guam. Good morning, Ramel, and good afternoon, Bien.
Half a day, Rhea and Hannah.
That's a nice greeting. Is that the greeting from Guam?
Yeah. Yes, half a day.
Half a
Half
day.
a day. It's like aloha in Hawaii.
Oh, wow.
That's buhay
uh,
in Philippines.
that is a nice thing to hear. And how is the weather in Guam, Ramel?
Yeah, it's been stable. It's hot. It's always tropical.
I'm sure it's not as
It's
hot.
always, yeah.
It's not as hot as Arizona.
Go.
Look at that
Oh,
beautiful picture you sent me coming
yeah.
from Guam.
Yes. Yeah,
I-
we woke up one morning and captured that beautiful,
Almost a
beautiful
whole rainbow. And that is, I heard that is right in your window.
Yes, yes, yes.
Wow. I
And
think,
similarly with this one, it's a sunset.
wow. I
Yeah.
think we need to move to Guam, Ana.
Yeah, you see that every day.
Today, Arizona's heat on the way here is 115 degrees
Oh
Fahrenheit.
my, wow.
And how about you, Bien? What is the weather in Pittsburgh?
Very cloudy today, as usual. Always raining. I think it's 70 degrees today, which is pretty nice. Usually it's cold and rainy, but summertime is kind of cloudy and rainy, so
That,
hopefully we get some sun soon.
that is nice. Hannah, you want to greet everyone?
Hello, thank you for watching and tuning in today. I think we will have very interesting conversations and learn a lot about people's relationships with their fathers.
Yes. To my friends who are watching, all our audience, Ramel is a very good friend of ours. During my freshman in college, I happened to become a classmate to Ramel on his pre-med in Far Eastern University, and that is our picture way back when we still have
Where'd
a
you
lot
get
of
that
hair.
photo?
This is our graduation, Ramel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
So that was in 1988 something.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah, to many, I would like to tell you that one secret. It's not a secret anymore. Ramel is actually the one who gave my name Ria.
What?
Yeah, her name is Maria.
And
Maria. I said we
Yes.
call you Ria
Yes,
with
and
an H.
yes, with the H. He's the one who gave the name Ria because on our first day of the class, he was asking me, "What's your nickname?" And I said, and he said, "Ria?" And I said, "Yeah." And I took it.
Oh, yes, from then on we call you Ria, not Maria.
Yes. So, Ramel, you have a very, very significant role in my life.
Thank you.
Imagine you give me a
you.
name.
Thank you. And we were almost always sitmates because of our last name, Carlos and Clemente.
And Clemente, yes.
Yeah.
And I was mentioning to Bien a while ago that when we were in class, even in freshman, there is a very smart woman the whole batch of class 88 knew about, and that is Cecil Tan. And that's why Ramel got this very smart woman. And
So, yeah, so when I met her,
look,
the rest is history.
yes,
Yeah.
and look at the product. We got Noel Bien T Carlos, and I appreciate Bien for being the student of the week at University of Pittsburgh Medical School of Medicine, because he posted that on Facebook, being recognized as the student of the week in med school. And so I wrote, "Can I interview you? Because your dad is so elusive to interview." And that is how I got this interview.
really did.
That is the story. And
No, because I told Ria I want it live. So maybe
Yes.
next time we go to Arizona.
well, I definitely have a room full for you, and I hope Cecil can join us too, and as well as Petey and Arnold.
Next time, yeah.
Yes, we will have an episode, Friendship Through the Years. We've been friends for more than 30 years now. So beforehand, I wanted to introduce who is Ramel Carlos and who is Bien Noel T Carlos. And Ramel is now a very well-known neurologist in Guam. He is a speaker in many international conferences in neurology, and also the editorial board, editor-in-chief of Guam Medical Journal. And not only that, he's been a philanthropist, he's been an activist, and a lot of things he's doing in Guam. In fact, I thought he's the president of Guam when he came in on the Zoom this afternoon. So, what I like about your father and son relationship is you're always together, even when you were, even when Bien is young. And I see him such a great son because he always follow and support you wherever you go. What is that secret, Ramel? How did you raise such a wonderful son?
Well, I think primarily, I think it's a combination of his mom and myself. I think when and he was born immediately after when we, 9 months after we arrived in America, and I was in training that time. So still, his mother had a very significant role in his upbringing. But at the same time, we spent so much, time together. We started our family and moved from one place to another. And Bien has been well adjusted and happy with all the moves and all the changes that happen in our lives. So he's always a witness of our achievements and milestones and all the travels we have done.
Yes. How about you, Bien? What's your most memorable thing you experienced with your dad and your mom?
I don't know if like one specific thing stands out, but yeah, definitely like my dad's always busy. Like he also works on the weekend, so we really get to spend time the most during the summer. And we take a lot of long trips, like 2 to 3 week long trips around Europe and whatnot. So those are always very memorable. In addition to that, one thing I always appreciated about my mom and dad's like when they would end clinic early back in high school, so they could come watch me play basketball. That was always special to me because I love playing basketball, and back in high school, that was like, other than school, that was like the thing that took up the most of my time. So it was always nice having them there.
Wow.
Well, that's true, Rhea. I think really you have to spend significant and quality time with your children. It's so important because during that time when he was still in middle school, he started playing basketball, and I had like 2 jobs that time. I was working in a private clinic and I worked in the hospital. So I literally only saw Bien during dinner time and I have to go back to work. And when I see him in the morning, I bring him back. I drove into school and then pick him up or see him in dinner and go back to work. So then I realized I haven't seen him so much regarding his playing sports. So I was told by his coach and other parents that, where are you when Bien was playing well in basketball? So I decided to retire or resign from the other job so we can focus on, attending all his games. So it's really, pretty neat, pretty good that I did that. And we've been traveling with Ben every time he went to other places to play basketball. So we're always tagging with him.
So
Supporting him.
that is so nice. And I really see the significance of the role of Cecil in Bien and your life together. I think both of you, without Cecil's support, Dr. Ramel cannot travel that much.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, especially when we were starting in America,
Yes.
United States, Cecil had to give up his career
Yeah.
to raise, the family.
To-
and
to-
to
For
be
our
there. So,
yes, and for our audience to know, Cecil Tan Carlos is also a is also a doctor from Philippines, and so I know Ramel, and you came from a long line of doctors, especially your dad, and now I'm glad that Bien is thinking of following your footsteps to become a doctor. What inspired you to follow your dad? And I will ask Bien the same. The footstep of being a doctor.
Yeah. Well, probably you can remember my parents have a clinic and a pharmacy in the province of Rizal, in Montalban, Rizal. It's a
Yes.
setup that, the clinic is at home. My father is a community physician, and we have a pharmacy at home. So I got to help my parents, particularly my father, at early age. So I'm home, I'm home. After classes or in the weekend, I always on his side. So we were pretty close, and I'd really help in him in the clinic work. So I really get exposed very early on clinical work and how much grateful are patients and how much he can help other people, or both of them actually. Because some patients, as you know, in the province, they have not much resources or money to pay my parents, so they can, but they continue to help. So I realize, it's the best way to help others is through, doing medical work. In some cases, I can remember some patients can't afford to see my father, but they bring whatever they can, like eggs, like poultries, foods, rice, and the like. So, and I've been exposed early on, and I felt that, early age, I knew I will be a doctor, or I want to be a doctor.
That's so nice. And Bien, do you have anything to add? Why you want to be a doctor as well?
I actually had the opposite experience as my dad. Because early on, I actually didn't want to become a doctor because I saw how busy my mom and dad always were. And they worked
Yes.
on the weekends and worked from 8 o'clock till dinner. And then after dinner, again, they worked. So growing up, like elementary, middle school, that's something I didn't really want to do. And then it wasn't until high school that I found my own reasons of why I wanted to pursue medicine. Like traditions are always like important, of course, but I didn't want that to be like my primary reason of why I wanted to be a doctor. So, I found it through my own clinical experiences and volunteering on Guam that made me realize I wanted to become a doctor. Like shadowing, like my dad or other neurologists and other physicians on the island, you could clearly see the impact of Guam being medically underserved. And it's like kind of heartbreaking to see patients need to travel to Hawaii or California to see a medical specialist and pay hundreds of thousands of dollars out of pocket. So that kind of motivated me and inspired me to, become a physician in the future.
Wow. Thank you so much, Bien. And I know you will be going places. The skies is the limit for you.
You know what? If I
hope
may
so.
add, Ria,
Yes.
if I may add, when I was growing, working every day was kind of normal. My parents were, working Monday to Sunday, essentially working morning and afternoon until 9 p.m. So they work from 8 to 12, then 4 to 9 p.m. every day, every day.
Yeah.
So working every day seems normal for us. So, and especially during training, we were essentially working almost every day as well. So, working endlessly seems to be the norm in medicine now. So,
That's
but
true.
there's a lot of choices that we have made throughout the years that makes our life more manageable.
Well, thank you so much, Ramel. You have brought so much pride to all of us Filipinos. Wherever
thank you.
you go, you bring and carry with you the Filipino spirit as well as the heart. I know Romel since he was in that pre-med in freshman. I know he's always willing to make his parents proud as well as his hometown proud. And Romel, not only your hometown is so proud of you, but the whole Philippines
Thank you.
is really proud of you. Every time you go and speak to those international conferences, and the
Yeah.
best thing is you even bring Bien with you. So
Yeah, thank you.
yeah, how Hannah, do you have a question?
How has your father also? I can't think of.
Oh,
a question.
I think I know what Hannah's wanting to ask about. We are so sorry to hear that your father just passed last year, and I heard that you made a poem for your dad. Would you be able
Oh, yeah.
to share that? Especially
Oh.
today is Father's Day. It would be
Thank you.
such an honor to have you recite
Okay.
that poem you made for your dad.
Yeah, let me get that. Yes, yes. I wrote this the week when he passed away, and we were about to release our GMA journal, and our one of the editors decided to include this in our journal on the poetry section of our Guam Medical Journal.
Uh-huh.
So it's an honor, Ria, to recite this poetry to all of you. The
Yes.
title is My Love for Tatay Ruben. In reverence, our son Bien is named in your honor, cause you showed me how to live life with great valor. Never to discriminate because of status or color. You gained their high respect and accolade, your Lord. You delivered me at home swiftly and effortlessly. You performed my rite of passage. It was long history. You taught me about birds and bees and being tipsy, and to love my lady sincerely. You did so to mother dearly. You're my first mentor, I always believe. Every piece of advice you preach and relive. I won my first award at 8 and I start to achieve. You taught me to live with a purpose and always give. You demonstrated what the golden rule truly means, to live with integrity, and my life will cleave. You saw what you reap is a value and esteem, respect, loyalty, optimism, always dream. Your firm character will be a family talk through centuries. Your life stories are not just past and old memories. You enjoyed deep friendship and never had enemies. That your expertise and accomplish it with so much ease. My childhood memories were immensely enriched with vivid recollection of excursions and simple treats. You are strict and disciplinarian, but fair and sweet, as you guided us with life's lesson and not from the street. I look up to you as someone to emulate and imitate, always admiring how bright you think and formulate. You seem to be content on life's many turns and fate. Your wisdom and philosophies are straight and great. You gave us library at home and a space to play. You love photographs, love songs, and my way. You can dance all night with all the groovy moves and sway. Your photographic memory did not fly with age nor decay. Your clinical acumen was exceptional and knowledge I knew. Pathophysiology was a major word I early learned from you. For decades of distinguished service that you selflessly pursue, you are their honorable physician they always knew. You told us to lend a hand whenever we can. Do not expect any return nor profit from any man. Heaven will reward you, treasures us faithfully earned. You live a life filled abundantly, now we learn. I am here today because of Mother and you, the hero who told me I can do many and not just few. Any perspective and dream to aspire and view, but don't forget my roots and always be true. You value our education the most at any cost. You even didn't leave us any earthly post. You gave us wisdom and books, but nothing to boast beside the achievement for us to celebrate and toast. You live in harmony with your family and peers. You enrich your life with positivity and cheers. You look at the glass half filled than half empty without fear. You are resilient, tenacious, confident, and dear. Your last directives to me were crystal clear, no breathing machine and other gear. You thanked me and said you'll always be here. For my love for you, Ty, will forever persevere. Thank you.
That is so moving. And
Thank you very much, Ria. It's an honor.
It's such an honor, Ramel, that you can read that poem to us. Even though I never had a dad, I grew up with, my dad died when I was 11 months old. And I always feel jealous. Every Father's Day, even though I never experienced having a dad, I feel Father's Day should be really celebrated so much, because I knew and understand the value of fathers, and especially for someone who never had one. And your poem is so moving. I'm the one crying right here.
Yeah, I just decided to write it because there's so much thought in my mind during the week when he passed, that how much he had influenced my life and how much I had because of him.
Yeah.
Because as you know, probably Ria, when we were in college, we were not struggling, but we don't have much resources. We just do what we can. And my parents had sacrificed so much for us to send to college,
Yes.
all of us. And the only thing we can give them in return is our education, and to finish our college and pursue all our dreams.
Wow. Ramel, I thought you should be the one with a tissue next to you.
I think I have cried enough when I was writing that, but I did that in few hours.
Yes.
Because the thought just come throughout all the memories I had with him, and it was really a pleasant, wonderful
Yeah.
experience.
Rina just wrote there something that your dad is smiling in heaven, Dr. Ramel Carlos.
thank you.
He was very
Thank you, Rina.
he was very successful in raising a great
Yeah,
son.
he's always proud of, he always tell us how proud he was. And essentially, Ria, just to share with you, when we were growing, just like in our culture in the Philippines, education is a primary investment our parents are giving us. They'll sacrifice everything to give us a good future.
Yes.
So we should not let down our parents, and they don't have much resources. They have to work day and night. Yeah,
And-
especially our parents. They didn't come from a rich family. They have to start from the scratch.
Well,
And I've witnessed that. So I think I really value those memories, because I've seen my parents start from the scratch.
Well-
from the beginning, from nothing, and they really help a lot of people without any, asking for any return. So I think the blessings that they have been bestowed with are endless throughout throughout my father's last days.
that's so moving, Ramel, and I'm sure your dad and even your mom is very proud of you, and including all your brothers and sisters.
Thank you. Thank you very
I'm
much,
glad
Ria.
that you were able to write that poem for your dad.
Thank
Now
you.
that he is gone, at least we can remember and reminisce. But Bien, I know you are also very proud of your dad. Do you have anything, especially for Father's Day? It's better to say it while dad is alive than when passes by. So would you be able to share something about your relationship with your dad, and something you wanted to talk about your dad?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, my dad are close. We have a supportive relationship. I'm really fortunate to have my dad, similarly be like a role model for me, not just because he's also a doctor and I'm following, his footsteps and also becoming one. And he gives me a lot of good insight into the field, but also in everyday life lessons, always like teaching me how to prioritize family and my friends, and be hardworking and unselfish. And I really appreciate, like I mentioned a while ago, like when he makes time for me, and very unselfish and always sacrifices, even his lunchtime to like help see more patients and whatnot. And during undergrad, some of those pre-med classes aren't so easy, and he was always really good at keeping me very optimistic and positive, and always told me I could do it. And very supportive. And getting into med school is a very long journey, and it's pretty hard. But I was really glad to have my mom and dad by my side, keeping me on track.
Yes.
I'm also very grateful that he's paying for my medical school and my apartment. I'll pay you back one day with a cruise.
No.
That is
Yeah,
beautiful, Bien.
Thank you.
I know
Thank you,
talagang mahal ang pag-aaral ni Bien. Sa pre-med pa lang niya, University of Southern California na. That is a lot.
But it's all worth it, Ria. Yeah,
Yes.
he's a very good son.
Yes, he definitely is a great son. I'm so proud of your family, Ramel, the family
Salamat,
you have
Ria.
created, and especially your son, how he's always there with you and Cecil, as well as to tell the world that Bien is already has accomplished so much. And just to name a few, before we know that the world knows how much Ramel has accomplished. But with our Noel Bien T Carlos, he became the student of the week at University of Pittsburgh. He is called the Rising MS2 from Tamuning, Guam, and he's graduated at University of Southern California with the BS in Neuroscience and a master's degree in global medicine. And now he is a Pittsburgh med student. Imagine that, University of Pittsburgh med student. And being recognized as the student of the week as well, and among the thousands of talented and accomplished med students there. Bien, we are very proud of you.
Thank you.
So what is, what advice would you give to any med student, as Ramel and you are both in the medical field? What advice would you give to Hannah who want to go to medicine and to other students?
I'd say, having a good, work-life balance is very important, and that kind of comes with like time management and whatnot. But, continuing to do the things that you're passionate about and that make you happy, other than medicine, is very important. It's really good to have that balance. For me personally, like, even though I have a busy like 8 to 5 schedule, I always make time to go to the gym or get dinner with friends. And that kind of makes the journey a lot more enjoyable. And it's nice to have people along your side throughout the journey, since it's a long one. And also, like, when you're applying to medical school and whatnot, it really showed when you're passionate about something, whether it's volunteering or it's doing research. I highly recommend that you do things that you're actually interested in and not just, trying to check stuff off a checkbox. It's required that you have to do research and volunteering and shadowing, but it's much more meaningful when you pursue something that you're really interested in. Like, if you're really into tutoring younger children, you should definitely pursue something like that.
Wow, thank you so much, Bien. How about Ramel?
Well, you have to first, I'm very happy Hannah is thinking and pursuing a medical field. Well, but first, you have to stay focused. Always try to achieve that dream that you have in your heart and mind. It takes a lot of determination, a lot of time, a lot of, patience. You have to persevere. You have to really deal with a lot of sacrifices, but you have to stay focused on achieving that dream. Things are not instant. It's not easy, but it's doable. You have to reach the dream through hard work and, love what you do, and things get easier.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ramel, for that great advice. And thank you, Bien, for that wonderful advice as well. Hannah, anything to say?
Today, it was very exciting to hear about your lives and your family and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In general, life is not easy in any endeavor, as you know, whether it's school or real life in, outside or work or in school. But it's what you make it, just pursue and focus on your dream, and, if you don't make it, try again until you get successful.
yes.
So don't give up, always keep a positive outlook in life. I think that's one of the first value I gained from my parents. Remain optimistic. They always get up. I never seen them down or they just continue to stand up, and they're very strong people.
Javier just put into a slide our picture. These are yes. This is PT and her dad. She calls him bossing. Bosyo. PT and Dr. Catherine, PT Berasio, and Arnold Balenya, Ramel Carlos, and myself. We were classmates from freshman, and for 2 years, become very good classmates. And so I just wanted to highlight, and these are the father figures in my life that so glad that I had a chance to experience father figure through this people in my life, especially my husband. Happy Father's Day, honey. Hannah, say Happy Father's Day, Daddy.
Happy Father's Day, Dad.
Happy Father's Day.
And I appreciate Hannah, just like Bien, he always goes with you wherever you go. And the same as Hannah. Hannah did not plan to be my co-host today, but because I'm by myself in the room, so I decide, Hannah, stay with me. So she even came and stayed. So that's the good thing about having good children who supported
They're
us.
very supportive. Yes.
So, Bien, with what you do, with who you are, you will go places and even accomplish far greater things than your dad and your mom has done. I'm very sure of that.
Oh, thank you. I hope so.
Yes. Ramel, so much things to share because we only scratch the tip of the iceberg on our friendship. And with you, PT and Arnold, I'm looking forward that we can share our friendship through the years story. Because in this segment, we were not able to share our friendship. But I'm sure if people know what kind of friendship we have experienced during those growing years.
Yes,
When-
certainly.
When Dr. Ramel is not yet known, but this time he is well known. So, Bien, thank you so much for being our guest today. And Ramel, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. It's an honor, Ria.
It's an honor to have you. And I look forward to having you once again on our show for another episode. Or when you come to Arizona, we'll definitely have you here. So, thank you so much. And happy Father's Day to you, Ramel.
Thank you.
I'm sure Bien will be a wonderful dad as well.
Thank you
In
for
the
having
future.
me.
Salamat, thank you.
Happy
Thank you,
Father's Day.
Hannah.
Thank you so much. And we'll pause for our break and we'll have our next guest after this commercial.
At magbabalik po ang buhay-buhay sa Amerika. Huwag kayong aalis!
Women's Federation for World Peace is an NGO in general consultative status with the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations. We are women working together to establish a culture of heart in the family, community, nation, and world in order to achieve genuine and sustainable peace under God by empowering women with knowledge, skills, and supportive community to discover their unique value and bring lasting peace. For more information and to become a member, visit our website at wfwp.us today. Congratulations, Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika!
At muli pong nagbabalik ang Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika ni Rhea Luz.
Hola, magandang hapon po. This is Rhea Luz of Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika, and we are celebrating Father's Day episode today. Happy Father's Day to all, and I'm just so excited to have my good old friend Dr. Ramel A. Carlos and his son Bien, all the way from PItsburg and Guam just a while ago. And now I have with me the honor of another good friend here in the Valley. No other than Mr. James Park of Next Gen Realtor.
Yes. Hi,
Yeah.
how are you?
Hi, James. And my daughter, Hannah.
Hi, Hannah.
Yeah.
My daughter has also Hannah.
Oh, wow.
That's a good name.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a very good name. All Hannahs I know are very good kids.
Yeah.
So happy Father's Day, James.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank-
and excited to be here.
Yeah. I'm so glad that you made it. I
I
was
know. I
like,
thought it was 5 p.m. Arizona time.
I'm glad that I called you and made you come all the way.
Yep. I
from-
was at Mesa having
Yes.
lunch with my client.
Yes.
And then you called me up. I'm like, yeah, no problem. 5 p.m.
Well, thank you, James. And James is a Korean.
Yes.
Yes.
I was born in Korea, but I only lived there about 2 years.
Oh.
And then we moved to Malaysia, Indonesia, and then Singapore. So I grew up in Singapore.
No wonder why you have some Singapore accent than Korean.
Ya la.
Yeah, there is more Singaporean accent there.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
because of that, it opened my eyes too.
Yes.
And because I got to experience all different nationality and
Yes.
cultures, and I love the different cultures. It's beautiful, and everybody has their own uniqueness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's beauty in them if you're willing to open up and look at it. And
That's
so
true.
my perspective is a little bit different because I got to live in all those different countries.
Why you decide to create this Asian festival?
Yes, I believe when different cultures, when you don't know each other, that cause mistrust, and you don't understand what they're going to be doing, whatnot. But when we bring different cultures together, like the Asian Moon Festival, you get to meet different cultures. You get to learn more about them, and especially through the stomach, right, the tummy.
Yes.
So we'll have different food, and then you could come and experience the food, get to talk to different people, get to know them. And it's understanding, I think. You know, when you understand different cultures, the fear is less fear or no fear.
That's true.
And then you can also start friendship.
Yes.
And so, yeah, so that's why I've always been interested in different food and different culture, not only because I love to eat, but it's a good way, I think, to meet people.
And only that, food is also love.
It is.
So that is the best way to experience love.
Oh, yeah. Like, I remember one of my earliest memory in Singapore, I have a Indian friend, Kenneth Ratnam. But I call him Redman, and he hates that because the spelling is Redman, but you pronounce it Ratnam.
Oh.
But his mom makes the best fish head curry.
Oh.
And I would go to his house and eat the fish head curry, and I'll be sweating. I mean, I'll be sweating because it was spicy, but it was so good.
Yeah, you are a foodie as well, not only a realtor, but
Yep, like I said, I love to eat, and when you look at my tummy, you can see that I love to eat.
then that means they will know I love to eat as well. Is that your correct phone number, James?
Yes, wow, you got that on the screen.
So,
Yes.
602-730-5688.
Yes, that's
James
my number.
Park, realtor. Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
Yeah.
Yes. It's been a long time. I promise you I will invite you in the show, and I felt like, no, my God, I have keep postponing. And thank you for being here.
Oh, no, thank you so much for inviting me and giving me a chance to talk about the Asian Moon Festival. That's
Yes.
awesome. Thank you.
So tell us, what is Moon Festival and what people can expect? I know that you sent me some video of the Moon Festival. Maybe Javier can place. I made it into a small clip.
Okay.
That video. This is what performer is this?
They are high school students from the Chandler school system, and they're all young ladies. It's called a Serenity Dance Group. They're from the Vietnamese community. Now this one is Jack. He's a martial artist, and he will be performing also at the Asian Moon Festival. So, yeah, we're gonna have a lot of local entertainers. Him, and then he has a Japanese friend, Rina. And she would, okay, that's my ugly face there. But she's going to be performing like a K-pop with her and her groups and stuff. And then, like I said, we have most of them are local entertainers. That's the K-pop group, Rina. She's Japanese, but they do K-pop, the Korean pop.
Wow.
And that's the Taekwondo or the martial art group.
And this is going to happen on?
October 2nd, October 3rd. It's Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. both days.
Wow.
So it'll be fun. You have a lot of entertainers. We're also going to have the Mexican wrestling team.
El Libre.
Yeah, Lucha Libre. I cannot pronounce it. But there's the guys that wear the face mask and they fight and jump
I'm
over.
sure
Yeah.
Javier can show us a picture of him very soon. And it would be in Chandler, my
Yep.
my hometown.
Yes,
here
it's
in-
going to be at the Tumbleweed Park,
Wow.
where the Ostrich Festival
yes,
is usually
yes.
held at.
It's a beautiful park.
Yes, and parking is free, admission is free. So, please bring your families, family fun. Come and enjoy. And then
There is that.
there you go. Yeah, that's
Wow.
the flying people.
Wow.
So it will be fun. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, entertainment is free. Oh, we will also have a beer garden.
Beer garden.
yes, so
Not
those-
rose garden or tea garden.
No,
Yours is beer garden.
So all those people who love to drink,
Look at
please
that.
come and buy a beer, a can of beer.
I'm sure there are a lot of people who will be coming into this festival.
Yep, only drinking inside the beer garden, okay?
Oh, okay. I know that you're the past president of the 4As.
Yes.
And 4A stands for those of you who are not from Arizona. You work so hard on the Asian festival here,
Yes.
and so I'm sure with this coming Asian Moon Festival, you are going to even create so much success in this event.
Well, I hope so. I am very fortunate that the city of Chandler is partnering with me.
Yeah.
So I'm working with the great people of city of Chandler, and
Oh, they're really great.
oh yeah,
Yes.
the mayor, from mayor down, everybody has been
Yes.
very gracious to me, for me.
Yes.
And they've worked, we've been working side by side.
Yes.
So I'm excited, and I'm excited to bring this Asian Moon Festival
Uh-huh.
to city of Chandler, where Chandler actually has the highest percentage number of Asian. That's why I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Chandler should
No wonder.
have Asian type of festival. And
Yeah.
I'm very happy and fortunate to be the first one to do that.
Good
so
job.
I'm excited.
Yeah. And you also mentioned about the population, and Filipino are actually one of the most populated Asian community in Arizona.
Yep,
So
you guys are number one, and then you have the most population. So good job, guys.
So maybe we can invite all the Filipinos to come and participate into this.
Yes.
Is there any among the Filipino who are already lining up to perform or become a food vendor?
Well, right now we have Ryan Winkle.
Uh-huh.
Everybody knows him. He's going to be my MC.
Woohoo!
So he's going to be there representing the Philippine community.
Nice.
And I am actually looking to see if I could find Filipino group that does, the bamboo
Oh,
dance.
tinikling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to get somebody to perform that. That would be great.
Oh, that would be.
Food vendor, we have a few already that wants to come, but I just opened it up recently, not too long ago, because we got our final approval from the city not too long ago. And before that, I couldn't say Tumbleweed Park. All I could say was City of Chandler.
Yes.
So now I could tell everybody it's at Tumbleweed Park.
Yes.
And I have a whole list of vendors that came to my events before.
Oh, good.
So I'll be emailing it to you guys, and hopefully
So
you guys
email
will join us.
your email is
Or even like promote performing at the event. Like, where would they get the information to do that?
Oh, they could send me an email at moonfestivalaz@gmail.com. So moon, MOON, festivalaz@gmail.com. Or they could just call me at my number, and then
602-730-5688.
that's right.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it's going to be a fun family event. So please, come by.
I'm very excited because I'm from Chandler.
Right.
And it's close to my it's not that close to my house, but the Che says that festival is Hannah's kind of event. Hannah, it is so nice to see you in Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika, the Che said.
All
Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. Actually, Hannah's not supposed to be here, but I'm so glad that she's always willing to support me. I just says, Hannah, sit down. And she sits. So,
And I'm here now, so.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here.
Yes, it's much better to talk to more people than
Right,
just by myself here, and my guests are on Zoom. And James, do you need sponsors, or maybe you can tell people how can they sponsor this event?
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, we really need sponsors because right now we're fortunate we have Sapporo Beer sponsoring us.
Wow.
My broker, Next Gen Real Estate, they're sponsoring, and it's because of sponsors from Next Gen Real Estate that we're able to show the Mexican wrestling for free. Because they're underwriting the whole cost of the Mexican wrestling, which is awesome. We also got sponsorship from People's Mortgage, Fernando Campo. They have sponsored us $3,000, which is awesome. And yeah, but we need more sponsors because holding a festival is not cheap. It's very expensive.
Especially 2 days.
Yep, 2-day festival. So if a company's out there, if you're interested in diversity, helping us out, please reach out. I would love to get your help.
The best thing is you're in Chandler, and Chandler has the most businesses, big businesses in town.
Yep.
And maybe some of them can also be my sponsor someday.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, if you work for a big company, I mean, reach out to me or Hannah here, right?
Yeah.
And help us out. You'll be helping the community.
That's true. And that's what we do together. James Park has been a good friend since we started in Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika, and I always appreciate you, James, for supporting us even on our first anniversary. He came, and so that's why I really appreciate you for being our supportive community leader here in the Valley.
Took a good video of you and your husband up on the stage.
Up on the stage. That's why I really appreciate that, because my husband is very hard to get on picture or in video, but you captured.
I got him.
Yes, you captured very well that song we did together. And what else we can do to make this event successful? How can our people support?
Sure. I posted on Facebook. If you could spread or share with all your friends, as you share, it gets multiply. So if we could let a lot of people know about the Asian Moon Festival.
Yes.
It's the first of its kind in the city of Chandler. So we want it to be successful so we could show Mayor and his office that Asians and non-Asians support this type of festival.
Yeah.
And the main thing, though, is I want people of different cultures to come together and in a friendly environment, non-threatening environment, and get to know each other.
Yes.
We're not that different. We're not that different at all. We all have our own problems, right? We got school, work. We all have the same thing.
But
so come and just get to know each other.
Yes, and I'm sure in this Asian Moon Festival they will have a blast to see not only just Asian performers, but even Latino performers will be there. So are you planning in the later part to make it not just the Asian, but just a moon festival? So it will be more...
Oh, yeah. For this one, we call it Asian Moon Festival, and then right below it says multicultural, because we invited the Latinas brothers and sisters to join us. So there's going to be a lot of singers and entertainers from the Latina side this year. But next year, I hope to make it bigger.
Yes.
Instead of just Asian and Latina, next year we would like to do Asian, Latina, Native Americans, and Blacks. And I've already talked to some of the leaders already. So, but again, it all depends this year, right?
Yes.
It has to be successful. It has to have a lot of excitement in it.
Yes.
And then, so once we prove to the city of Chandler that this festival can work, then next year I'd like to get all 4, different groups together and, have fun and
Yeah.
introduce our culture to the general public so they could come and see what they're missing, right? I mean,
And-
we have beautiful cultures.
Yes.
What do you
And
think has been like the most interesting part, most exciting part about like planning this event? Because it's like all the way into October. So like, how long have you also been planning this?
Actually, this thing's been going on for 2 years.
yes.
But you know what happened last
Oh,
year?
yeah,
was
that
makes
COVID,
sense.
so that kind of like shut everything down. But we started earlier this year, I think in like March. So yeah, basically in March, that's when we started rolling. We had to get the application done with the city of Chandler, and that took a while. But yeah, but here right now we're approved, and looking forward to October. But I need more vendors. I need more performers. I also need sponsors if you're out there.
Yes. And another thing is you are in the best city to start the Moon Festival,
Oh yeah.
Asian Moon Festival. The city of Chandler are really, really supportive. Not only that, the residents of Chandler, I would say, very, very supportive community.
Yep.
So you came into the right spot.
Yeah, I think
to
city of
this.
Chandler is a beautiful city.
Yes.
It's very diverse, and especially the support you get from the, like I said, from Mayor Harking all the way down.
Yeah.
It's been wonderful. Very,
Yes.
very. I mean, it gives you the best chance of success. And
That's
city
true.
of Chandler, the community is beautiful, right? Everybody's looking after each other. So, yeah, I'm very happy that we're doing our festival in the city of Chandler.
Yes, we coined the city of Chandler as City of Family Love.
Yeah.
With Councilwoman Christine Ellis and Councilman Odie Harris. One
Right.
time we were talking, and so maybe I hope they will call it as a City of Family Love.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the councilwoman, Christine Ellis,
Is
is the
the
very
best.
first black female council person in the city of Chandler. So I'm like
Yes.
really excited for her.
And she's
Yeah, and she's the one that also helped me a lot when I was
Yes.
donating like 22,000 over face masks last year.
Mm-hmm.
So we worked together. We also worked together in distributing free lunches to the
Uh-huh.
first responders, the hospitals and
She's
the clinics.
amazing.
Yeah, she is. She's
Yes.
great. Yeah.
yeah, she has that heart mother to embrace everyone. And
Yes,
she's
yes.
a good friend of mine too.
Yeah, she's
So-
she's. I'm very fortunate to know her.
Yeah.
She doesn't just talk. Her heart.
Yes,
she
that's
has a heart.
Christine Ellis.
That's right. There she is.
And not only just the councilwoman Christine Ellis, but all the city of Chandler leadership,
Yeah.
from Mayor Harkey down to the staff, really are great people.
Yeah,
And
and
so-
I've been working with his staff for the last few months now, and
Mm-hmm.
they have been great,
Yes.
awesome people.
Well, Hannah, you have anything to add?
What are you most looking forward to with like this Asian Moon, with the Asian Moon Festival?
Food. I want to try all the food.
That's really a good attraction.
Oh, and also
How much for them to buy the ticket?
Oh, it's free.
free admission is
Oh,
free.
free.
Yeah,
Oh.
admission is free. Parking is free.
And so they just need to buy
Yep,
food.
they just come
like-
in, enjoy the entertainment is free, and thanks to Next Gen Real Estate, the Mexican wrestling is also free. The only thing they would have to pay is if they were to buy food or any non-food vendors we have out
And
there.
how much for a vendor?
That I don't have a price yet
Okay.
because I'm still working with the vendors, the one that provide the tent.
Uh-huh.
So once I know what the price is for the tent, then I'll have the price for the vendors.
Can
One
people
step at a
buy
time.
even just we only have 2 minutes. We were given a signal. So can people buy like the booth?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't have a price for that
Yes.
yet because
Yeah, it's too
I don't
early.
have the price for the booth. So
Yeah.
once I get that, but
Good.
for the families, if you come with children, we will have lanterns for them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but it's limited. I think we
Because
only
it's
have
Moon Festival.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think we have 500 or 600 coming.
Oh, good.
So first come, first served. If you bring your child, be happy to give you a lantern to take home and play with.
Well, thank you so much, James, for coming.
Thank
and,
you.
I know you're very busy today, but you made it, and happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you.
And to all our fathers out there, just know that you are loved, you are valued, you are appreciated, and most of all, we need you. We need you in the lives of your children, especially for someone who experienced having no dad, growing up without a dad. I know how much it feels to have none. And that's why for you that has fathers out there, please love your fathers and appreciate them. This is Ria Luz of Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika. Please continue to support Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika in Facebook, in YouTube, and in Instagram. And thank you to my daughter, Hannah. And James, thank you
Thank
for
you.
being here, as well as my great guest earlier, my good friend, Ramel and Bien. Thank you so much. And to all of you, thank you and goodbye. God bless
Bye.
you.
This was Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika. Join us again next time at entremujeresradio.net. Hanggang sa muli, mabuhay!